You're listening to KSG Podcast. This is a short, crisp, concise, exam-oriented, edited editorial for civil services aspirants. In this podcast, we are going to talk about Digital Rupee pilot project. Source for the content is the Indian Express. Reserve Bank of India has announced the launch of India's much-awaited central bank digital currency, that is CBDC, a sort of official cryptocurrency for retail users from the 1st of December 2022. Now, who can use the retail CBDC? What will be launched on the 1st of December is the first phase of a pilot project that will cover select locations and banks in a closed user group, that is CUG, comprising participating customers and merchants, the RBI has said. The pilot will initially cover the four cities of Mumbai, New Delhi, Bengaluru, and Bhubaneswar, where customers and merchants will be able to use the digital rupee or e-rupee. Four banks will be involved in the controlled launch of this digital currency in these four cities: State Bank of India, ICICI Bank, Yes Bank, and IDFC First Bank. The service will be subsequently extended to the cities of Ahmedabad, Gangtok, Guwahati, Hyderabad, Indore, Kochi, Lucknow, Patna, and Shimla. Four more banks, Bank of Baroda, Union Bank of India, HDFC Bank, and Kotak Mahindra, will join the pilot, the RBI said. The scope of the pilot may be expanded gradually to include more banks, users, and locations as needed. Now, what will the retail digital rupee be? In effect, the retail e-rupee will be an electronic version of cash and will be primarily meant for retail transactions. It will be potentially available for use by all, the private sector, non-financial consumers, and businesses, and will be able to provide access to safe money for payment and settlement, as it will be the direct liability of the central bank. Now, the RBI had said earlier that CBDC is the legal tender issued by a central bank in a digital form. It is the same as a fiat currency and is exchangeable one-to-one with the fiat currency, only its form is different. Now, how will the retail digital rupee work? The e-rupee would be in the form of a digital token that represents legal tender. It will be issued in the same denominations as paper currency and coins and will be distributed through intermediaries, that is, banks. Users will be able to transact with e-rupee through a digital wallet offered by the participating banks and stored on mobile phones and devices, according to the RBI. Transactions can be both person to person and person to merchant. Payments to merchants can be made using QR codes displayed at merchant locations. The RBI said, and I quote, the e-rupee would offer features of physical cash like trust, safety, and settlement finality. As in the case of cash, it will not earn any interest and can be converted to other forms of money like deposits with banks, unquote. And what is the other kind of digital rupee? Based on the usage and the functions performed by the digital rupee and considering the different levels of accessibility, RBI has demarcated the digital rupee into two broad categories: general purpose, that is retail, and wholesale. On the 1st of November 2022, the RBI launched the digital rupee for the wholesale segment to settle secondary market transactions in government securities. Wholesale CBDC is designed for restricted access to select financial institutions. It has the potential to transform the settlement systems for financial transactions undertaken by banks in the government securities, that is GSEC segment, interbank market, and capital market more efficiently and securely in terms of operational costs, use of collateral, and liquidity management. So, why do we need a pilot launch for retail e-rupee? According to the central bank, the pilot will test the robustness of the entire process of digital rupee creation, distribution, and retail usage in time. It said that different features and applications of the e-rupee token and architecture will be tested in future pilots based on the learnings from this pilot. Finally, what are the advantages of the e-rupee? The RBI had earlier said that the key motivations for exploring the issuance of CBDC in India, among others, include reduction in operational costs involved in physical cash management, fostering financial inclusion, bringing resilience, efficiency, and innovation in the payment system. It will add efficiency to the settlement system and boost innovation in cross-border payment space and provide the public with uses that any private virtual currencies can provide without the associated risks. The RBI has repeatedly flagged concerns over money laundering, terror financing, tax evasion, etc., with private cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, Ether, etc. Introducing its own CBDC has been seen as a way to bridge the advantages and risks of digital currency. That's it for this podcast. Thank you so much for listening. To join KSG India courses and to crack the IELTS exam, visit ksgindia.com. You can also get a PDF of this podcast on ksgindia.com.